There's a moment that happens in millions of homes every single day. You look down at your dog, and they look back at you, and for just a second, neither of you looks away. Most people think it's nothing, just a dog staring. But what if that moment is one of the most emotionally loaded things your dog ever experiences? And what if the way you look back, or don't, is shaping how safe your dog feels in this world? Stay with me, because what science has discovered about that silent exchange is going to change the way you see your dog forever. Think about the last time it happened. You were sitting on the couch, or at your desk, or maybe you were about to leave the house, and your dog just looked at you, not barking, not asking for food, just watching your face like it held the answers to something they couldn't quite put into words. You probably smiled. Maybe you looked away after a second, but your dog, they kept watching. And here's what you didn't know in that moment. Your dog wasn't just looking at you. They were searching for something. Something specific. Something that only you can give them. And the heartbreaking part? Most owners never realize what that look actually means, or what their dog is hoping to find. For most of human history, we assumed that eye contact between humans and dogs was just a quirk. Dogs staring at their owners was cute, sure, but meaningful. Scientists didn't think so. Then, in 2015, a team of researchers in Japan published a study that shook the scientific world. They discovered that when a dog and their owner make prolonged eye contact, something extraordinary happens inside both of them. Oxytocin levels surge. Oxytocin, the same bonding hormone that floods a mother's brain when she holds her newborn baby for the first time. The same chemical that makes humans fall in love. The same neurological response that cements the deepest emotional bonds we're capable of forming, just from eye contact, between a human and a dog. But here's what nobody talks about. The oxytocin surge didn't just happen in the humans, it happened in the dogs too. Which means your dog isn't just staring at you out of habit or boredom. They're feeling something real, something deep. And the question that should be sitting with you right now is, what exactly are they feeling? Dogs are extraordinary readers of the human face. In fact, they're better at it than almost any other species on the planet, including our closest primate relatives. Your dog can tell when you're sad before you say a word. They know when you're nervous. They pick up on the micro-expressions most humans miss entirely. That slight tension in your jaw, the way your shoulders drop when you're tired, the exact quality of your smile when you mean it versus when you don't. They've spent thousands of years evolving to read us, but when your dog looks into your eyes, they're not just reading your mood. They're asking a question, and that question, translated as closely as we can manage, is something like, "Are we okay? Am I safe? Are you still mine?" Think about that for a second. Every time your dog holds your gaze, part of what they're doing is checking in, confirming the bond, making sure the most important relationship in their world is still intact. And the way you respond, whether you soften, whether you hold their gaze, whether you reach out and touch them, tells them everything. But here's what most people never consider. What happens when your dog looks for that connection and doesn't find it? Imagine someone you love more than anything in the world. Someone you'd follow anywhere. Someone whose mood sets the tone of your entire day. Someone you'd wait hours just to see again. Now imagine looking at them, really looking at them, offering your whole heart in that one glance, and they look away. They scroll their phone. They walk into another room. Not because they're angry, not because they don't care, just because they're busy. For a human, that stings. You'd feel it. For a dog, it doesn't sting any less. Dogs don't have the emotional vocabulary to rationalize your distraction. They can't tell themselves they're just tired or it's nothing personal. What they experience is simpler than that, and in some ways much harder. When your dog seeks your eyes and you consistently look away, research suggests that over time, they begin to exhibit signs of what behaviorists call insecure attachment. They become clingier, or they shut down. They follow you more anxiously, or they stop approaching altogether. Because the gaze, that simple ancient act of looking into each other's eyes, is one of the primary ways your dog measures whether they matter to you. And you didn't even know the test was happening. But wait, because there's another side to this that's even more powerful. Now, here's the part that will stay with you. When you do hold your dog's gaze, when you slow down, look into their eyes, and let that moment actually breathe, something happens in their brain that goes far beyond comfort. Studies show that sustained, gentle eye contact from a trusted human activates the same neural pathways in dogs that activate when they feel completely safe. Not just calm, not just relaxed, safe. The kind of safety a puppy feels curled against their mother. The kind of safety that tells every alarm in their nervous system. You can rest now. Nothing bad is coming. I'm here. You are that for your dog. When they look into your eyes and you look back, you are their entire sense of home, condensed into a single moment. And here's something that gets to me every time I think about it. Your dog has no concept of the future. They don't know what tomorrow holds. They don't understand work or errands or why you disappear and come back smelling like the outside world. All they have is now. And in this moment, in this specific moment when your eyes meet, you are their whole world. Not part of it, all of it. I want you to picture something. Your dog wakes up in the morning, and the first thing they do, before eating, before stretching, before anything, is look for your face. Not because you have food, not because they need something, just because you're the thing that tells them the day is okay. That they're okay. They find you in the kitchen. They look up, and you're half asleep, making coffee, eyes on your phone. That moment passes. Later, you're on the couch. They rest their head on your leg and look up at you. That same look. Are we okay? Am I still yours? You scratch their ear and go back to your show. That moment passes too. Then you leave. They watch you go. They don't know where you're going. They don't know when, or if, you'll come back. All they know is that the person who makes them feel safe just walked out the door. And so they wait. By the window. By the door. In the spot where they can smell you the most. Not because they're anxious. Not because they weren't trained right. Because they love you in the most uncomplicated, total, absolute way that love can exist. And every single time you come back, every single time you walk through that door, it's like the world being restored to them. Now think about this. How many of those moments, those small, quiet moments when your dog looked up at you, did you really look back? Not a glance, not a distracted pat. Really looked. Because those moments, those are the ones your dog is living for. Here's the good news. You don't need to do anything dramatic. You don't need to change your whole life or spend hours a day in focused bonding sessions. You just need to learn how to look back. When your dog holds your gaze, try this. Slow down. Don't stare intensely. That can actually read as threatening to a dog who doesn't know you yet. Instead, soften your eyes. Let your face relax. Blink slowly. That slow blink? Researchers have found that it communicates calm and safety to dogs in a way that's remarkably similar to what cats feel from the same gesture. It says, I see you. I'm not a threat. I'm here. Your dog will often respond by relaxing their own face. Their brow softens. Their ears settle. Their breathing slows. That's not coincidence. That's a conversation, one that happens entirely without words. And over time, these small moments of mutual gaze, 10 seconds here, 20 seconds there, actually strengthen the neurological bond between you. The oxytocin builds. The attachment deepens. Your dog's baseline sense of security in your home increases. All from something as small as choosing to look back. But there's one more thing I want to tell you. The deepest part. The part that most people miss entirely. Your dog doesn't just look into your eyes to get something. They look into your eyes to give you something. When a dog makes eye contact with their person, Studies show they're not only seeking reassurance, they're also offering it. Dogs who are securely bonded with their owners use eye contact as a tool of comfort, as if they're saying, "I see that you're stressed. I see that you're sad. I'm here. You're not alone. You felt this. You know you have." The days when things fell apart and your dog came and sat beside you and just looked at you, with those eyes that somehow seemed to know. They didn't have the words. They never will. But they had the look. And that look, that ancient pre-language cross-species act of simply bearing witness to each other, is one of the most profound forms of love that exists on this earth. Your dog learned to read human faces over tens of thousands of years because they chose to live alongside us. Not because we domesticated them. Not entirely. Because somewhere along the way, they decided we were worth watching. They decided you were worth watching. And every time your dog looks into your eyes, that's what they're doing. Choosing you. Again, in the only language they've ever needed. If your dog is near you right now, look at them. Really look. Let your eyes meet. Let it be soft. Let it last a few seconds longer than you normally would. Watch what happens to their face. And know that in that moment, you're not just looking at a dog. You're the whole world of a creature who chose to love you without conditions, without hesitation, and without end. Dogs may not speak our language, but they've spent their entire lives trying to understand it, just to get a little closer to us. The least we can do is look back. If this hit close to home, drop your dog's name in the comments. I'd love to know who they are. And if you know someone who needs to hear this today, share it with them. They'll thank you later.